Well, today I'm going to do my April tour. I'm going to try to get through this as quick as possible since I really haven't planted any new plants yet. This is the truck bed where we grew like 50 plus spaghetti squash a few years ago. Well, we didn't plant any more spaghetti squash. An avocado tree came up. We're going to leave it right now. I've got a radish that went to seed and then my red Swiss chard. So I'm leaving that. Then we use cages to cover on some areas if I want to, something to grow, and the rabbits will eat everything. So I put a cage over the red Swiss chard there for now. Oh, Gary's been working on wood chips, sifting wood chips with his sifter. So let's walk through here. Haven't done anything yet with the wall. The papaya trees, they're still growing papayas. You can go back and see my other videos on how I got these papaya trees to grow. There's a container down there where I compost in place. Going to be setting that up again. More papayas. Of course, more papayas. Getting ready to set up probably some squash of some sort in here. Also one of my containers where I compost in place. These are old tomatoes from last year. And I'll probably leave them, clean them up, and continue to stake them. Here's more papayas coming up in my compost bin. Let me see if I can readjust the camera. There, that's a little better. Okay, and staking up an old tomato. And I'm going to compost some more in there and then cover that with wood chips. Setting that up. A lot of this stuff I've been tearing apart, so I haven't set up yet. Let's swing over here. More compost bins. Have not set anything up in there. See if you can take a peek in there. You'll see that all that is actually growing in pots, except for the celery. I have celery that grows like weeds here. So all this is in pots. This I will leave. This thing just took off, the kale. So I'm going to leave the kale. And this is the collard that's growing in the ground. Took off everywhere. I don't know if you can see. It was in a pot at one point, but it left the pot. More compost bins. I have compost bins. This is how I grow a lot of my things. Keep it off the ground and have more control over roots and different things. I've got them all over. So I'm setting them up, and you'll see a whole bunch of them as I walk through. My strawberry tower, which I'm just starting to set up, and I'm going to have to set up that one down there. Here are 3 more compost in place bins. The one on the end over there with the blue clear cover, I found that in the trash, the clear cover, the plastic. So I'm using that as like a mini greenhouse, and until my zucchini come up, I'm going to keep it covered because otherwise the birds might pull out the new seedlings coming up. And so it works as a mini greenhouse, and it also keeps it damp in case I don't water during the day. And more kale. This is purple curly kale. Okay, eggplant. Tons of eggplant, and I've got to get those eggplant off or I'm going to end up killing my plant. If I don't strip off the eggplant, the plant will die. It will think it's done its thing and then it could die. And I want to keep that, so I'll be getting all the eggplant off. And let's see, red sorrel, red vein sorrel. And these are all my solar water fountains. Look at that, I love these. See how I've set them up? It brings the birds in, and the birds are doing insect control for us. So it's worked out really, really well. I've got mint growing all over the ground. It doesn't matter because I'm not planting anything here, so it's not hurting anything. I've got to clean up these towers too. And there's sage down there. That's parsley too in there. And this is a bean growing in here. And my walking onions, and there's a sweet potato actually growing in there. And there's some other beans growing in there, different types of beans, my broccoli. Like I said, a lot of this I have to tear apart. I have not started my new spring garden yet. I've been working on what is already growing and trying to save that. This is last year's tomato plant, and it was all over the ground. It looked horrible. I didn't even know, if it was going to make it or what. So let me back up. So I ended up getting those stakes for like $1 at a dollar store. You can get them at other hardware stores or a little bit more, but they do carry those green stakes. And I started pulling it up and trimming it back. It looked terrible. And I used masking tape and I taped it all up. This was a couple weeks ago, if not more already. And it just filled out and it's full of tomatoes. Let me see, I've been harvesting tomatoes. We had big tomatoes last night for dinner. See, there's more tomatoes down there. Oh, I've got a zucchini. That's an old zucchini, so I've got to plant new zucchini. And then there's curry. That's a herb. That kind of whitish, greenish plant. That's curry growing in there. Peppers are still growing from last year. I'm trimming them back to see if they'll make it. Hopefully I won't have to plant anymore, but we'll see. And there is it's like a purple dinosaur kale. It's another type of kale, but it's purple. It's really nice. I like that. And my water fountains. I have a lot of water fountains. It's really good if you can put them in your garden because the birds will do all your insect control. We used to have tons of hornworms, tomato hornworms. No more. Not since we put in the water features. We maybe found, I don't even know if we found 10 last year, when we used to find hundreds. Because they'll eat them when they're really, really little. They won't eat them when they're big. Some birds will, but your small birds tend to stay away from them when they're big. Let's see, let's swing around here real quick. I just got some strawberry mint. Oh boy, does that smell good. Look at that. So cool. See? Oh my gosh. So I'm trying to get that going. And there is my sprouting broccoli, growing like a weed. I am letting it right now go to seed. Look at the bees. Isn't that wonderful? The bees are doing their job, and maybe I'll collect some seed because right now I don't. Oh, I do have collard. Okay, what I'll have to do is, too late. Never mind, because the collard is going to seed at the same time. I missed that. The collard is going to seed at the same time my sprouting broccoli is, and those two, as you see the bees right now, we are witnessing it, are going back and forth. So they're going to cross-pollinate, and I'll end up with more of these plants, you know, which are still nice. They grow a little differently, this one, but this is a cross. And so is that one. Those two are crosses, and they're half colored. See the seeds getting ready to form? See, this is the seeds. They're half and half colored and half sprouting broccoli, but they're still throwing the broccoli. Maybe not as much as the true sprouting broccoli, but I've been eating them, so it's worked out really well. Walking onions, mint. Oh, I did this again. Look at this. I'm going to have to, I just made this morning, and I've got to redirect this because my frog is actually shooting the water out. So I will have to fix that. I just put that together this morning. I was experimenting. That's one of those solar pumps. And I'm making my own design. I had the frog. I had a Barbie swimming pool. So I'm going to have to fix that up so it doesn't shoot the water out. I have other ideas. I'll do something with that. Curly kale. Probably 3 years old now. So is all my dinosaur kale. And I just let it grow and grow. I know it's got a great root system, which means it's pulling up a lot of nutrients. This one split. We had some really bad windstorms. So it split. And it's still growing, but we're going to cut them off, stick them in the ground, and then they'll regrow. So that's what I'm going to do with that. There's also a dragon fruit coming through here, dragon fruit plant. That was a little tiny piece, and now it's just taken off. It's growing everywhere. I have to be careful because I have spiked myself on that because it comes through. See? So I've just got to be careful going through that. There is, and it's not purple right now, is my purple sprouting broccoli. And as it started to grow, it turned green. There's 2 of them there, and I've got 2 somewhere else. And 2 somewhere else, and they just aren't really purple right now, so it'll be interesting to see what happens when they start growing little broccolis, because they were purple. The plant came up purple, so that much I will say, but as it's growing it's turning green, so we'll see. Let's see. Man, see, these are pieces. These are pieces that we broke off, stuck in a pot, and the dinosaur kale will just keep on going. So if you've ever got dinosaur kale and it's kind of sent out all these side shoots like ours did, you could either break it off purposely and plant it. They will grow, or you can just cut it and plant it. You don't have to put it in water or anything, just in a pot and keep it damp. And here's another purple sprouting broccoli. It was purple, now it's turning green. See, there's our little pieces of dinosaur kale just stuck in tiny pieces. More collard coming up from seed, carrot. This is actually back here a carrot growing from a carrot I had eaten and took the top, stuck it in there, and it took off and grew. So we'll probably get seed from that. Celery coming up from seed, of course. I'm composting and going to get ready to be planting in here. Those are those really hot peppers. Oh, I cannot eat those. I can't even touch them. I thought I was going to end up at the hospital one night because I was cutting it up and then my hands were on fire all night. Let's see, chocolate mint. You know, that's pretty much it. Oh, here, no. And there's more dinosaur kale in here, pepper from last year next to it. If it doesn't start doing anything, it will come out. There's a mushroom plant in here. Fig trees I don't want. Okay, these are all peppers. They have to be trimmed back. This is a sprouting broccoli. I took it off my deck and stuck it in here. It was a stick, and it's starting to grow now. So it looks like it will do okay in there. More of the red curly leaf Russian kale. And celery back there. And more mushroom plant. That's really good for stir fry. You can put it in salads. This tastes like mushrooms. See, these I have to redo. This is seed, lettuce seed, so I need to get that where I want to grow lettuce. See, here's lettuce growing. Oh, look at this. See how I store my seeds? A purple tomatillo. All I have to do, it's like a seed bomb, is just throw it somewhere or cut it open, put it in two places, and I will have tomatillos growing everywhere. I just left it in here. It didn't matter to me, because when I'm ready, I'll plant it. And those seeds are maturing and just growing inside, and everything's fine. It's just like an egg. It's taking care of it, and once I split that open and plant it, it will grow. Green sorrel. Let's see. There's Gary's garden down there. We can do that another day. Okay, so that's my garden. And there's the hummingbirds at the feeder. And then here I'm working on lettuce, but I'm going to change this. Oh, look at this. This is going to seed. I want that. This is freckled lettuce. I'm going to end up growing here, I believe, my stevia, which is growing back here, which is interesting because it died all the way back to the roots. And then now it's come back so fast from the roots. So I'm going to grow stevia here, I've decided. And I'm moving the lettuce, and I'm going to grow ginger and turmeric here. In one pot, this one, we had so much ginger, it was unbelievable. And I still haven't even taken the ginger out of here. And if I don't take it out soon, it's going to regrow. So I got to get that. But that's where I was growing lettuce. This is a sad little basil plant from last year. And look, it's actually coming back. Let's see. Front yard I haven't done anything yet with. These are tubs here that I composted in place last year. So I have to add some more in. See how it drops down? See, for instance, it drops down. You can have it like almost to the top and it will drop down. It just breaks away. So it's good. I'm going to add in more. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to compost in place right in that corner and then cover the whole top with either wood chips. I might put some potting soil in. I haven't decided. I'll put in some more broken down leaves from the garden and then I'll top it. And if they start to take off, I'll leave them. I mean, they seem to be doing really good. Since I staked them, they're getting all kinds of new growth. And they've got tomatoes and flowers. So I think I'm going to leave them right now. And that's pretty much it. Because like I said, I haven't started on my swimming pools yet. Let's walk around over here. Because not much is going on here. I'm still working on setting this up. This is where I'm going to grow my lettuce from now on. Oh, this is really cool. Look how big they are. This is lettuce. It's going to go to seed now. I actually bought that at the store. Used the lettuce took the little knob on the bottom where the roots would grow, but there were no roots, stuck it in a pot and they all grew. So if you buy a whole head of, let's say, a type of romaine lettuce, it could be a red lettuce, it can be curly leaf lettuce, doesn't matter, just cut the bottom and plant it, and most of the time they'll grow. So I've got to get this set up. And I think that's it. So for now, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I have not started my new spring garden. I've just been maintaining what I've got. I want to get some more strawberry plants, and then I've got some that off the babies that came off, I'm going to plant those. I have been planting them. And we've just been eating from the garden left over from last year and all winter. We really have more than enough. So I haven't been in a hurry to go get something for this year, but I will. I'm going to do that really, really soon. I've been more prepping than anything else, getting my containers ready and thinking about what I really want to plant. I guess that's it for today. Like I said, not a big change. This is Popolo Seed. I stuck it in there because hopefully some will grow. Usually I've got to start it in an area where insects and birds can't get to. They really love baby popolo and they'll eat it. So I usually start it somewhere else or keep it covered in a greenhouse fashion like that. And as soon as it gets its next set of leaves, not the first two, but the next set starts to look a little mature, the leaves, then nothing will touch it after that. I think with that, I'm pretty much done. So I'm going to say, have a great day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye.